So, happy almost New Year, everybody. My schedule is still busy, so I'm going to try. I repeat, I'm going to try to make this a quick one. I saw the new Superman trailer, and I have some thoughts. Some good, crucially, and some not so good, in all honesty. Because I do like the turn that's being taken in DC in particular toward the more whimsical, romantic side of superheroes, and I think this movie is sort of a good sign of that. I have never personally been a fan of the really grimdark superheroes, really of any kind, except for maybe like Constantine, but he is neither wholly grimdark nor even slightly a superhero. So he gets a free pass. My boy Superman, however, deserves to wear bright colors and to save kittens from trees and that sort of thing. I mean, seriously, if anyone were going to waste their time on stuff like that, it's going to be a nice guy like Superman. Which is not to say that there can't be some some evil villains out there and some good, some bad with the good and so on. But I just like there to be more of a balance. I like there to be heroes, actual heroes, to stand up against actual villains. Uh, Superman should be nice, in my opinion. There are plenty of moody superheroes now more than ever, and I think it was a genius move on the part of James Gunn to push for our boy Soups to be a seemingly light-hearted, fairly good-natured hero. The actor who they got to play Superman seems all right. I don't know him, so I can't say how good I think he'll be. Um, I will say this though, and that is I'm kind of disappointed that Henry Cavill, the king of the nerds, and a near perfect casting for the character, didn't actually get a Superman script half as good as this seems to be. But here's the thing. I mean, I still don't think this necessarily looks like a good movie. I don't think it's guaranteed to be amazing just because it's not Man of Steel and the other hideously not good Snyderverse movies. It might be a little bit too ridiculous for my liking. Perhaps a too severe reaction to the unnecessarily dark and gritty Snyderverse. It looks better. Don't get me wrong, but still not perfect in my personal opinion. And if you want to hear one really specific, really personal gripe that I have, and it should not reflect on anyone except myself, really, because you might not like me when I say this. I flippin' hate, and I mean I hate Crypto the Superdog. Yeah, I hate him. It's just in my mind, I can't get on board with the silly magic dog. I don't know why it's any different to me than the flying man of steel or a billionaire who dresses like a bat to fight crime, but for me it is. Crypto just seems way too completely just absurd, ridiculous, and I just don't generally like animal quote unquote superheroes. Like none of the bat dogs or whatever they have ever really appealed to me. Even as a kid, they just seemed a little bit too funny to me. Um, but I do, however, like that Nathan Fillion finally gets to be the Green Lantern in a movie. I mean, I love that. I really do. I mean, I've very much I've been a fan of Nathan Fillion ever since the first time I saw Firefly, and I'm familiar with the story of how he was like originally going to be the Green Lantern and didn't, and how it's a whole thing. Um, And they made him, like, to top it all off, a comically comic book accurate Guy Gardner Green Lantern, which for some reason fills me with both unbridled joy and bottomless dread in a weird way. Um, as for Nick Holt as Lex Luthor, he could surprise me. Really, he could surprise me. But I don't have high hopes. Lex, in my mind, just looks a little bit different. But I was also a fan of Michael Rosenbaum's performance as Lex Luthor, so maybe it'll all work out. If we're being honest, the trailer doesn't. It just sort of seems like a scramble of cool, classic superhero-y looking stuff, and doesn't really give you a strong idea of what the movie's actually going to be about. So it's hard to say really what the story or the writing is really going to look like. I hope it's good. Honestly, I do. I hope that I hope that it's spectacular. So yeah. Happy New Year again. Uh, bye.